Good morning, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations. I have these two skeins of yarn that I picked up a while back. I found them hanging on the back of the master bedroom door. And so it's a cotton yarn. It didn't have any labels on it or anything. And I got to thinking, I've been wanting to try what they call free form, and I kind of call it organic because you don't follow a pattern. You just do what you intuitively feel. You can start with a square shape, a triangular shape, a round shape, an oval shape, and you use the crochet terms that will get you those shapes, but then you just can mix in whatever stitch you want. So I've been working on some organic free form things, and I was going to show these to you. I started with a circle, and then I just it changes as you change the shapes. So we're going to do one together to give you kind of an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm doing mine all with the start of a circle. So I did that one, and then I did this one, and you can see they're very organic in shape and form. Here's another one. And I made those three like that. And then this morning I made this one, and I reversed my colorway. So what you can do, once you've made a bunch of these, you can hook them together. Like, say that one looks like it would hook together good right there. And then maybe this could hook on in like that. And I'm thinking I'm just going to see if I've got more yarn kind of like this in my stash. Not right away, because right now everything is up in the air. But then maybe I'd stick this over here. And you would just attach it where they bump up next to each other. And you create a fabric in that way. And I've been thinking about maybe taking a sewing pattern and just use it as a base, and then just kind of fill in to make the shape, maybe make a cardigan out of these organic forms. So I'm going to just show you one, and we're going to do it in this kind of colorway with the green in the middle and then the white on the outside. And we might not make one as big as the one I just finished. So we're going to start with the green. And I just start with a magic loop, and then I think about the principles that you use when you're making a hat. Hi, Cynthia. And so I'm going to do a magic ring where you wrap it. I wrap it. This is the way I do a magic ring. I think there's like 6 or 7 different ways. I may be over exaggerating, but I hold the yarn across my fingers and then put my thumb on top of the yarn on my middle finger, and I bring the yarn around so it's at the back. So it goes around this finger, comes up and around, and then I just reach through and give it a twist. So it's got a twist in it, and then I do a chain 1. And then you start with however many you want to create a circle, and you can do any stitches. You can do single crochet, you can do half doubles, you can do doubles. I'm going to do some singles. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, but you don't have to. This is not a pattern, is what I'm trying to say. So now I'm doing a half double, and I'm going to do a couple more half doubles, maybe 3 half doubles. You just do whatever stitch your mind wants to do. And I'm working from the outside of a skein. I hate doing that. It's easier to work from the middle of a skein, but this was open this way before. So now I'm going to do a couple doubles. And this is how you get away from that. You're doing it like you would a hat in a circular form, but by changing the stitches you use, you change the shape of your form. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do another one of those. I'm going to do 12. There's too much space here, so I'm just going to pull my loop smaller. And the magic ring is a little fiddly for some. I like it because you can pull it tight at the end. And I think I'll finish out with single crochets. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll pull my ring down, close that up. There we go. And then I will attach to the beginning with a slip stitch. And if you want to do a slip stitch and then a chain one like me, you can, or you can just go. I just like to put a chain one. And I'm going to unroll this. Hi, Angie. Good morning. We're just going to do an organic form of sorts here. I'm getting some yarn pulled off so it doesn't bind on me. I hate that. All right, so now when you're making a hat, the second time you go around, you put 2 in every stitch. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's 2 of any stitch you want. So I'm just going to do 2 of any stitch I want. So maybe I'll do a single crochet and then maybe throw in some half doubles. In the next couple, I'll do half doubles. And then I'll do a half double. And then I'll do a double. So it's whatever you feel like doing. It's very freeing to just let go of, I have to do so many of this, so many of that. You're just looking for an organic form. You're not looking for anything that's a perfect circle or anything of the sort. I'll just do some doubles up around. And you can change the shape of it as you go along by just adding some longer, taller stitches on the short side if you wanted to. All right, I'm going to do some treble crochets, which is you wrap it twice. I don't know what you call that in UK terms because they call our double crochets treble crochets. Maybe they say double treble. I don't know. Doing the trebles again. Then I'll go back to a regular double. And a double. And I'm just going to throw these in a box. And when I come across some more yarn that's kind of like this, it is currently, let me stand up. I'll tell you what it is here in South Carolina. It is 51 degrees outside. And I had to go out in my robe and take the trash to the curb, and I did not realize how heavy the trash can was going to be. But it was pretty heavy. All right, I'm going to switch to a half double and then finish out with some singles. And so the next round, if you think about as you do the start of a hat, which that's how I'm looking at doing these, you would do a single stitch in each one and then a double stitch in each one. So you do like 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitch around. And you can just do that with this as well. And then when you get a little bit larger and the form gets a little bit more wonky and stuff, you can change where you do your increases to be where it's on the widest arch. And that way you can keep your tight spaces in closer by not doing any increases in the dips. Save all your increases for the biggest diameter part of it. At least that's what I have found as I've made these forms. So I've got one more stitch here, and I am catching my tail as I go from the green. And if you wanted to have some raised areas, you could do it around the post of the previous stitches. And, you know, you could make this very organic in the height of the stitches and the thickness of the stitches. You could, like, if we did we attach here and we do a turn, we could actually put baubles on this too, but I'm not going to do that today. I might play with that idea and then share it. But see how my form is kind of leaf shaped. I'm going to go one more. No, I think I'll switch to the white. Maybe not. Let's go around one more time. I'm just thinking as I do. So I'm just going to do a couple single crochets around here. And I'm not going to follow because my form is very organic now, I'm not going to do my increases until I get to an area where I'm going around a curve. Like right here, it's starting to curve around, so I'll put 2 stitches in there. So this is very freeing in that you don't have to keep track of counts or anything. You just do what comes to mind. I think I'll just go around with single crochet on this one. You just want it to stay flat. So if it starts to curl, you know you need to go back a few stitches and add an increase somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and add an increase in this one. So I'm going to do these and set them aside. My hope is that I can find some more colors in this yarn. If not, I'll just make motifs with whatever scraps I have. But I'd really like to I'd like to do a sweater out of organic forms, all in this kind. I think this is cotton. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's not like kitchen cotton because it has a little thread wrapped around it. But I'd love a sweater made out of this. It seems to be really soft, and I think once I wash it a few times, it would get really soft. And how cool would an organically formed sweater be? I think that'd be awesome. And the main reason I do the slip stitch and the chain 1 at the beginning is it's easy to identify when you get back around to it. So you know where you need to, stop and do the next round. I'm going to go ahead and put an increase in there. Morning, Joyce. We're just playing with some organic forms here. I have a book on doing this, but I watched a couple videos and then I was like, I think I could just play and practice it. You can also make tote bags out of these little motifs. Anything that you can make with motifs, you could do organic forms and it would be just fine. All right, this is where you have to connect. And so I'm going to draw that up, but now I'm going to switch to white. I'm just going to cut this. And we'll just bring this over here, put that tail with that tail, and just start with the white. And then I'll do a chain one, and then I'm going to do a stitch down into that first stitch, and I'm good to go. So maybe I'll do some half doubles now. It's hard to do this crochet up on the table because my hands are too high from where they normally are, but you saw one with granny squares. Heather she made a Christmas tree skirt, and she's making ornaments, and she made kind of a banner, all crochet. Her Christmas tree is looking really cool. I'm just not thinking about Christmas yet. What would be lovely is if they can come in, do the floors, and be out before Christmas, so I can have at least some enjoyable time with a little bit of Christmas, but we'll see. Let's see. See how that's laying flat? And I can tell when I get over here, I need to add some increases to get this to lay flat again. So I know needs to be some increases right along here, and then maybe right along in here, just so this stays flat. And as I said, you do whatever stitch pops in your head as you're going around. So I'm going to do some double crochets and treble crochets to kind of mimic the internal part of my piece. That looks like it's going to need an increase right there, so it'll stay flat. The thread inside that's on this yarn splits away so easy. I prefer crochet over knitting. Knitting just seems so slow to me. I can get so much more accomplished with a crochet hook than I can knitting needles. And I'm terrified of dropping a stitch because I just give up with knitting because I can't capture the stitches once I've dropped them. They're just gone. I don't understand how to get them back onto the needles, and it just looks weird if I try. So I keep trying. I've made a couple things, but it was very nerve-wracking. I didn't find it very relaxing. All right. So I put an increase in there. Now I'm thinking about doing some more trebles up here just to get some height back on this. And I think the reason we call them trebles in the USA is because when you're pulling back 3 loops, you count 3. So you pull that up and then you say 1, 2, 3. I feel like I need another one in there. This almost looks like an eyeball. Okay, some doubles. Yeah, I was watching Kim. She got a knitting Jenny at a thrift store for like, I think she said $3. And she was using it. I think it was Sunday morning. It was fun to watch her try to figure it out. Me and knitting, we're not a good pair. And I don't break crochet hooks like I do knitting needles. Set them down and then set something on top of them and snap the knitting needle in half. Yeah. You're not going to die for a minute, Howard. You can wait a minute. His little face is peeking in like, I'm trapped on the porch, Mother. Him and Tippy were horsing around earlier, and Howard hurt Tippy, so Tippy's laying here beside me for protection now. All right. This is where I might put one more single crochet in here. And then I think I will tie this off. And I think I put my needle away. You going to make a smaller tree skirt, Joyce? I had thought about just getting one of those tiny little 2-foot trees, since our house is going to be a mess. Maybe set it up in our bedroom where I can enjoy it. Most of the rest of the house is going to be tore up. The main part of the house where I would normally put a tree, yeah. They're coming till tomorrow. The guy's coming to let me know that what areas I have to have 100% cleared out, and which areas, if I can just get them away from the center wall, would be enough. I want to give them enough room to work, but I don't want to move everything if I don't have to. All right, so there's that organic form. And if you come off your center and do like a chain up, out, and then come back down that chain and then continue around, you can get another shape. You can change the shapes of these, for anything. So that's the 2 that are with the cream outside. And then these are the 3 I made. So you can change your shapes as you go. And I had so much fun making these. I might put on some crime videos and watch them now. But again, once you've made a bunch of these, you can just, stick one up against the other. That seems to fit good like that. Maybe do a flat one here. I could almost put those up like that. Whichever way you can get them to fit together nicely, And you just play around with it. And you will have little openings that you can either fill with stitches or just leave them as openings. So isn't this this is just fun. This is fun for me because you don't have to keep count of anything. You just do what you need to get it to stay laying flat, so you have flat motifs. And I just thought I would share that this morning and give you all something else to maybe do. So I will see you guys in my next video or live or whatever. And I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. If it's trash day, you need to get your trash out. Oh, you know what? If you use that scrubby yarn, these could make really cool scrubbies to give as gifts. If you just made random ones like this, I think that would be cool. All right, Cynthia. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to go let Howard in. Bye.